That's good.
Come. I need that email from that sister though too. The email from the sister.
I never got it.
Oh, okay, let's this way. All right, well, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat to all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Shem Yahweh Shai to my sisters. Life. You might have the minds as well. We're gonna get into the Sabbath service. We are gonna get into Proverbs, the rest of 27th chapter. 27. And then we are also going to get into the 28th verse. It's going to be in the way front, way top zipper. Yep, okay. Good. Appreciate that. See what I'm saying? So we are going to get into that in a second. But first, we got to get into the prayers, the Tanakh, and into the King James Version Bible. All right? So we are going to call up a priest later on to read into the actual Bible. But we are going to have Trooper Star Ya'ala read into the Tanakh. So we are going to go ahead and get into the scriptures as far as the prayers right now. All right? Go ahead. Horn and yeah. All right. You going that bitch. You can't do that. That shit hard. Everybody must stand. So, Amijim or Panya Hapadam, which is Hebrew for to stand, arise, and face the east. And the reason why we face the east is because in the scriptures, anytime that we pray, we must face to the Middle East. All right? So, go ahead.
Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
And make sure everybody repeats after the brother.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malawaka, Babalah, Razataka, Hayah, Ashah, Baharatazah, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan, Yanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawan, Basalakina, Kawakiina, Basalakina, Kawakiina, Wala'ah, Awan, Double line out. By side one. A ball. Hawasin out. Layan. Rod. Payah. Lakah. Hamalakwa. Wahalal. Wahataparat. La'ai Wulamyam.
That's perfect. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. How? Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashai. Ayam. Ahari. Malayam. Yabah. Isari. Mayam. Yahweh. Ashai.
All right. Shamarka? Shemayim.
Ratazah. Al-Yatan. Malawat. Lamawat. Lagar. You know. So
Ayawan.
Samar. Nahat. La'ah. You're not one. Well, I.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
SHALAM.
Shamar.
SHALAM.
Yashala. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Kazalat. Allah. Yamyamka.
Yep.
Yahweh. Hashemash. La'ah. Lakaka. Wayarak. Wala Allah. Yahweh. Yashema'aka.
Is it Yashamarka?
Yashemarka. McCall Ride. Yashemar. Yathana Pasca. Yahweh. Yashemar. Kazalaka. Wawawaka. Watala'ah. Well, I belong.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
to the hills.
to the hills.
From which cometh my help.
Which cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Did not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth me will not slumber. Behold.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I know you guys are praying.
Yeah.
But the people in the next room are complaining that you guys are way too loud.
All right, no sorry.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good. All right, behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel. You neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out,
And thy coming in.
thy coming in,
This time forth.
from this time forth,
and
even evermore. Hakah, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Bakushah, Santhonyanau, Hakah, Rapah.
Yeah.
Call Makalah,
Call
Call Malawah,
what?
Hakah, that's a heart. Hal Matazari, Hakah,
Is it Lahakum?
Lahakian, Hamakian, Hakah, Al Rakarat, Hatama Allah, Nagash, Bashem, Yahushua, Wah,
The power in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahushua.
The name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness,
And all manner of disease.
all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
Cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Barak Banau, Wayashala,
Yahushua.
Wa'abarak, Sapari, Barak, Rapah, a gun. Say the name of loved ones once and everyone with peace and rights.
For time's sake, all of Israel.
All of Israel, Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Wa'alama.
Bless Israel in English. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of YAHANNA,
Lord, in the name of YAHANNA,
bless us in Israel.
bless us in Israel.
In the school.
School.
Bless Shield Protect.
Bless Heal, Shield, Protect.
Love.
Love.
In the name of YAHANNA.
In the name of YAHANNA.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. Psalms 83. Alahari.
No, it's like it's Alahari.
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 Alahari. That's the most high, by the way. Alahari.
All the month you caught.
All the Ma'aka.
All the Karash.
All the Rash.
Well, all that's a quad.
All the Squad.
All.
All.
Can Kaya Hana. Hawaii with the Yahama, Yawan, Rayash, all Amaka, Uriah Ron, Sawad, Walata Ya'at Tazari, all Tezapami, Amara,
Amara.
Amara,
Amara, what do you say? Yeah, Amara.
Amara, Yasha'ala, Awad, Kaya,
It's Nuwai Tazawa.
Nawai Tazawa, Labat, Lakal, Alakai,
I think that's right. Yeah, Barya.
Bayat,
Barya. It's Barya.
Bayat,
Barya. So Bar.
Bayat,
Barya.
Yakara,
Yakara. Yeah.
Ahoy, Alwan, Wayashima, Alayam, Moabia, Wahagari, Wabal, Mawan, Malak, Palashat, I'm the Bunyan. I'm the Bunyan Lawat. I'm the Bunyan Lawat. Shalat. Salat.
There's no H.
Aisha Laham.
Asha.
Kamad.
Kamad.
Messiah Sharat. Kasaya Sharat.
Saya Sharat.
Halawa. Demonic. La Adamah. Shemyat Demwa. La Da. La Da Yaban Mawa.
God, Yaban, Yaban.
La Da Yaban Mawa.
Nada, Yaban, Yaban.
Karat.
Karat. Is that with CH or K?
The Karat.
Yeah.
K.
Kaira.
Karat.
Is it K-A-I? Yeah, Kaira, Kaira, with CH.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Kai Zabai. Kai Zalaba.
No, Ka Zaba.
Kai Zaba.
Ka Zaba.
Kai Zaba.
Ka Zaba.
Kai Taza.
Ka Zaba.
Mana.
Mana.
Paula Sa. Shit.
Ka'a Nashika Kawa. Ka'a Nashika Kawa.
Call Nashikwa Kumwa.
So Ka'a
Call
Nashika
Nashika
Kawa.
Kumwa.
It's a tongue twister.
Aishar.
Aisha.
Amara.
Amara.
No, Nayal Rashad.
Nirarisha.
Lanawa.
Nara.
Atha.
Ka.
Nayawa.
Narawa. Alahani.
Alahani.
So that one saying it was the very first one.
Alahani.
Alahani.
Alahaya.
Alahani.
Shayat Kumwa. Kagal.
Alahani is talking about the Messiah. Go ahead.
Kagal. Kapash.
Gosh.
Lapanya. Right.
Yeah, Raka.
Lapanya Rawaka.
Raka.
Kaash.
Gosh.
The Byra Yara.
The Byron Yard. That's perfect, yeah. The Byron Yard.
Waka Lahab.
Ka.
Alahat.
Zaha.
Horiah.
Alright.
Khan.
Ka.
Daradakma.
Raka. The Cyrus.
Wasirika.
The Cyrus.
Wabashi.
The Bash.
Wapasta.
The Papa. The
Dabahali.
Hali.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panyam. Halahan.
Panyaram.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Walaba Kwashma.
Nala.
Simkai.
Shaka.
Yahweh.
How.
Labashu.
Bash. This is where y'all Bahal. Yeah, that's right.
Waya Bahau.
Where y'all Bahal.
Alaa.
Ala.
Waya
Ala.
Power.
Power.
Wala Power.
La.
Wala
La.
Abba, Wala, Da'awa, Kaya, Ata, Shaka, Yahweh, Labaka,
I.S.U.P.K. Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence,
God.
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
And be not still,
O God.
O God. Below.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And them that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy healer.
And consulted against thy healing.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off of being a nation.
and let us count them off of being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more and remembered.
The name of Israel may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with 1%.
For they have consulted together with 1%.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against the
Tabernacles of Edom.
tabernacles of
And
Edom,
the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Moab.
Moab,
And Hungarians.
Bulgaria,
Gaul.
Gaul,
Ammon.
and
Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Like Ashur.
Sure.
Also is joined with them.
Also I joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As the sisters.
As to Javan.
As the Javan.
At the brook of Kasar.
The brook of Kasai.
Which Paris had endured.
Paris had endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became dumb to the earth.
Make their numbers like ore.
Make them nobles like
They
oil.
like seed.
And like seed.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as the bow.
All the princes as the fire.
And as the moon.
As the moon.
Who said,
Who said,
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like they will.
Make them like a wheel.
As the shovel before the wind.
As the summer before the
As
wind.
the fire burns the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Persecute them with thy temper.
And make them afraid of thy sword.
And make them afraid of thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
For their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Lord.
Lord,
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
Perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou,
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
whose name alone is
Thou
Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
most high over all the earth.
Now, this room of prayer is going to get a little bit shorter. All right, excuse me a second. All right. I.S.U.P.K. power structure. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth,
And all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh,
Listen to us now.
listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Listen, evils and curses.
Say evil and curse,
Punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction
To the heathen.
to the
That
heathen
speak against
that
us.
speak against us.
Like prophets.
Like prophets,
Teachers.
teachers,
Princes.
the princes,
Priests.
the priests,
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers,
School.
school,
Evils and curses.
say evils and curse,
Punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction to the heathen.
Shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
Shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel
That refuse to give to the
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
See evils and curses.
Say evil and curse,
Punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction
To Edomites.
to the Edomites, the
And
nation,
then drug dealers.
the drug dealers, the horses,
Prison system.
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood,
All the governments of our enemies.
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope.
Pope,
Islam.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Scientology.
Unitology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads.
Skinheads,
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze,
The gay.
Gay,
Lesbian.
lesbian,
Spies.
spies,
Workers of witchcraft.
witchcraft,
Nazi space program.
Nazi space program.
Army. Navy.
Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force,
Marines.
Marine,
Wall
Wall
Street. Open up the internet.
open up the
And
internet,
the airways.
the airway,
Cable access channels.
Cable access channels.
And radio channels.
the radio channel,
Break the spirit of any thy people.
convict the spirit of any of thy people
And seek to stop
that
us.
seek to stop,
That brings with destruction.
that brings swift destruction
To all
to all the
that
heathens
stand in the way.
that stand in the way.
Try to stop us from broadcasting your words off the planet Earth.
Try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plague.
Let us all play,
Cause them to go to and fro.
how we go to the
The
fore,
earth and consume them.
to the fruit of the earth to consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
And the murder.
and the murder.
Let YAHANNA,
YAHANNA,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
come down with flying
come
sauce.
down with fire sauce.
Punish all the evil
Punish all the evil
that come up against us.
come up against
As
us.
we speak thy word.
Speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all.
Cause to be known by all.
That is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause to be spread
Cause it to be spread
throughout the media.
throughout the media,
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In YAHANNA,
And name it no shot.
thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always. So be it.
And if y'all could give it, start y'all a hand. You can also put that down too, in front of the. Yeah, not for you.
That's right. YAHANNA.
You just want to hand it back to me? All right. Maybe we can say, you sure? You want to put some respect on Israel's name. All right, everybody may be seated. We're going to go ahead and get into the Tanakh, 7 verses. So it's going to be a transition between the ending of the 27th chapter of Proverbs and then going to the 28th chapter. Okay? Now, next week I will be reading in the Tanakh as well. I decided to, join a little bit more to read into the Tanakh with the brothers. So since it's Sataya Allah and Kanagabar in the Sabbath service, I want to make Sabbath service just a little bit, like 30 minutes longer, so I can be a part of it a little bit more as well. I got it as well. You go ahead and Sama. You want to call it out too?
Proverbs 27, verse 24. Kaya, La'a, La'a, Walam. Kamanah. Yahama, Nazarah. Lara Dara. Gawadah. Zahar, Zerah. Verse 25. Galahad. Kapa, Yerah. Kapa, Yerah. Wana, Raha, Wana, Rahara, Wana, Raha, Rasha. Wana, Raha, Rasha. Wana, Hasha, Pana. Wana, Hasha, Pana. Hasha, Bawa, Hasha, Bawa, Bawaka. Hasha, Bawaka. Alright. Hara, Yama. Hara, Yama. Verse 26. Kabar, Shaya. Kabar, Shaya. Shayama. Lala, Bawa, Shaka. Wama, Wama, Kaya, Kara. Wama, Kara. Sharaha. Sharaha. Pata,
Which verse you
the end of 26.
Okay. And last verse is 27?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pata, Sharai, Yama. Verse 27. Zara'ah. Kamabah. Azar, Azar, Yama. Azam, Yama. Lala, Kamara. Lala, Kama. Baya, Thara. Wata, Yayam. Lana, Rataza. Chapter 28, verse 1. Namawa. Wala, Yana. With a pa. Wala, I. Wataza, Raya, Wama, Kaka, Payama, Yaba, Tuka, Yaba, Tuka. Verse 2. Kapa, Sha'a, Rataza, Rabba, Yama, Sharai, Yaka, Sharayaka. Raka, Rama, Raka, Mara, Maba, Yana, Yara, Kana, Rayaka. Verse 3. The bar, Ra'ah, Washquat, Rala, Yama, Rely with, rely your mouth. Rely your mouth. That's it.
Thank you, man. I want to ask you, how long did you spend on that?
10 minutes,
No, it's just like, I didn't hear what she said. I'm just laughing at him. He just texted me. It's like, say it again.
Saying it's way faster than sweet.
No, yeah, no.
prayers.
Huh? No, it's
I mean,
fast
Psalm
as today.
33 was kind of, but you ran that shit.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Watch, watch.
Damn right. Yeah. I'll give him another. Yeah, he did better, faster on the prayers. I told him that it would happen that way. You next and you next on the prayers. You know what I mean? But otherwise, that was really good. The way that you pronounce everything is very accurate as well.
Watch.
So trust me, General Q in Chicago, I'm the drops on the prayers. I didn't know much about it, how to say the prayers. And, you know, he wasn't checking me, but he was trying to show me the best way how to say it and even the bar off. And now I got it down pat, you know what I mean? So certain words that if it don't sound right, it's not the right pronunciation. And even everybody knows Haza'ab, right? So you remember Haza'ab in Cali? He's from Philly.
I don't know.
Okay. He's the one that everybody says that he looks like me. I ain't talking about Marab. They both from Philly. But Haza'ab is a taller brother. He's a taller brother. You know what I'm talking about? Hmm? Yeah. Haza'ab is really skillful in the Hebrew, and so is Marab. You know what I mean? But definitely you did a great job. Definitely did a great job. So now let's stand up. You want to grab another chair? Grab comfortable, the one with the cushion. That's fine, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Perfect. And then you jump there.
You just set it up.
Yeah, we can, because it's something like that.
Yeah, I think no, this is straight, yeah. You need one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, got it. Okay, let me show you the space. Okay, I just finished mine, so. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot.
That's all
Yeah.
right.
Is it good? That's a lot. All right, I'm sweating. All right, so you raise your hands up. Oh, no, somebody who's fine. So I want you to speak your registry.
Kanaga ba Yahawada ba Yashalam.
So,
Kanaga ba Yahawada ba Yashalam.
And then, Slack, you want to salute us.
Oh. Yahaba Shem Yahshua Bakatam.
But first one would be Elijah Shabbat and Elijah.
Yahaba Shem Yahshua Bakatam.
So, Yahweh Hashem Shabbat. And you come this way. You got your back. Go ahead. Soon enough, I want to perfect this for everybody. And also, there's about like a 30, I think like a 30 or 40 minute video. There's about a 30 or 40 minute video to demonstrate everything that happens in Sabbath service. So, you know, that way everybody can be skilled in every feast. I remember when I was at slavery, YouTube, it was all three of y'all with Kudash.
Okay.
Yeah, all three of y'all with Kudash. Y'all did an excellent job as far as holding down the last day of the feast of Tabernacles. Tabernacles. So that was really good. I was skillful. See what I'm saying? And we want to make sure in Minnesota that we perfect that, because the captains are watching over there. That's my office. As an officer, that's my office. That's one of them. I got many other offices, but that one has to be perfected, because if I'm not around because of slavery or whatever the case may be, I want to make sure you guys hold it down. Because as you guys get older and mature, y'all will have to take care of certain responsibilities. Ain't no telling what the office is going to be, but you guys are going to have to be ready. And in the rule, in the order, Captain Ashapari, who is over the Sabbath service, that every man in each city or each zone knows about the Sabbath service, how to do it. Because anything can happen to me and Kodash, anything can happen to the next officer, you know what I'm saying, in Minnesota. So someone else has to take care of it. You know what I mean? And that's very important because it's our tradition. Back then, the kids, the mothers had the authority to teach the children in Hebrew. So that lets you know that the woman is learning the Hebrew, and so are the children. And then the older men or the elders would call up the children in class to have them read into the Hebrew. Now, take this, into perspective. Right now, we are children because we are still learning about the truth. Right now, we are in our 20s and 30s, 50s, 60s, whatever. And we are learning about our tradition from a long time ago when we should have been learned it as children. Of course, things happen. We are in captivity. Some of us are coming out of the world and coming to the truth at many different ages and things of that sort. So right now, we're learning this and we got to perfect it. So our children, generations can learn this as well up until Christ comes. All right? All right, so let's roll back to mine. Okay. So like, you want to raise it up? Say, YAHANNA. No, so like, you want to have your fist in the chest. So no. Just, yeah. So, yeah. YAHANNA. Yeah, come. Then just hand it back. Yep. Put down, everyone can be seated.
Proverbs chapters 27, verse 24. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation. 25.
No, I was reading that.
Come. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 24. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation.
So that's asking the question. There's a question mark behind verse 24. So actually, if you could, just for context sake, because every week we like to go back a little bit. Let me see. Read verse 23. So that way everybody can understand.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds.
Now, what does the word diligent mean for anybody? That's a word that you will see common in the Bible. I believe the first time the word diligent is used is in Deuteronomy with Moses concerning the law. I'll say pretty much down there our very first order that Israel had got. Good.
Does it mean like effort or diligent?
Okay, you got it. That's good. Good.
I was thinking like thorough or learning fast in a hurry.
Okay.
Getting accurate.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So diligent meaning it's constant. It's it's a zeal behind it.
Expedition.
There you go. Or it's striving. You see what I'm saying? Diligent meaning like you're constant. You're zealous about this certain task. See what I'm saying? Or deed, so to speak. So read it one more time.
Come on, sir. Chapter 27, Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks.
Now, be diligent to know the state of thy flocks. The state of thy flocks. What does that mean? And there is a precept that we brought out last week. If anybody remembers that precept.
I don't remember the precept, Salaki. I think this is talking about the state of thy people or the people under you.
Okay, there you go.
Addition.
That's correct. So you might as well not even read the part when it says, and look well to thy herds, because that's the whole answer. Now, the precept to that would be, know the men that you labor amongst. Labor, which means work. So in I.S.U.P.K in Minnesota, I work with Shagal, I work with Satharia Ali Padashayan, Kanagabar. I work with these men. So you have to know your men. For example, I mentioned that each child that you have or each wife that you have, you can't treat them all the same, right? You have to treat them what is called accordingly. Everybody is not exactly the same. Yes, we are one spirit, one body, and one faith, like the scriptures say. That's very true. but we all have different personalities, and we have to deal with certain people a different way. You got to understand that some people come out the world and they are still damaged. All of us, every time, any of us that come into the truth, we are damaged, and we are trying to fight off the demon that is attacking us from years and years and years, from a child or from recently as an adult. We have to fight that. And everybody is not struggling with the same thing. But one thing we all have in common, we're all struggling. We're all fighting some type of demon, right? And we have to know the condition of each man and each woman. That's how we're going to be able to deal with each other. Some people can't take a joke. Some people can't take a check. Some people are very foreign to, the Y.A.H.K lingo or our ways. Some people think it's okay to do this type of certain sin until they learn that it's a sin. And they're like, oh, damn, this whole time I was wrong. And they don't know. But there's always going to be an opportunity. There's always going to be a situation where it's going to be a teaching moment for each person to learn what they need to do and what they should not do. All right? So, keep going.
Sir. Verse 24. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation.
Now, once again, verse 24 is a question. It's a question being asked. Can anybody answer that question? So, forever, for riches are not forever. Meaning, when you are in the grave, you can't take money with you. Everybody should know that song that just came out with Drake, right? Money in the Grave. It's a good, catchy song. I like the song. You know what I'm saying? But you can't take money with you once you're gone. I believe 2 Chainz had a song like that too. When he said, if I die, bury me. Underneath the jewel store. Exactly. There you go. You see what I'm saying? As glorious as that might be, it's not realistic, because that's vain. Jewelry is for a time. It's not forever. See what I'm saying? Riches is for a season. The Most High can bless you with riches based on, whether it be farming, whether it be, you're talented and be an entertainer of any types. The Most High can bless you with it, but it's not forever. Go ahead.
It's lucky. Is the crown in this verse like our heritage or?
Better yet, your inheritance. That's why it says, if you could read one more time, I'll explain it.
For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation.
Right, doth is another word for saying do it. Like, doeth the crown endure for every generation is actually a question. And the question is what? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, meaning everybody is supposed to strive for the crown. Because when you endure to the end, that rulership is going to be forever. It's not going to be temporary. And a lot of people, it's hard to grab that concept of, okay, you've been in slavery for so long, it's always going to be like that. That's in simple people's mind. But if you fight for your blessings, your curses will be gone away once you get to the end. Right now, we are dealing with the curses. Yes, we are. But we are in these curses fighting for the blessings. Because Moses said, if you hearken to the Most High, you will have these blessings. But if you don't hearken, you will have these curses. Where do we end up first? Anybody? We ended up in slavery, which is a curse. And we took on all the punishments of our slavery. I'm talking about the police brutality. Being number 1 in North Minneapolis of HIV, of Black men and women, chlamydia and gonorrhea. Goddamn. I would hope and think how unclean these heathens are. I would think that they should be number 1 in everything.
Right.
Because a lot of diseases come from them. And being unclean, they are number 1 in that. But somehow the plague and the curse is passed on to Israel. I'll give you another example. It's the month of November, right? So I'm going to talk about later about, Thanksgiving. It's going to be a thorough, deep breakdown. And I hope everybody's here that Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That week of Thanksgiving. Because what you're gonna learn is that what happened to the Native Americans or the Taino Indians, that was a curse. It was a judgment from the Most High. As cruel and brutal as the white man was, that was a curse, and it was a plague on the Native Americans or Taino Indians. See what I'm saying? Because what happened was, the reason why they came into America is because they was running from our oppressor, who was a white man.
Right.
They was running from captivity. What is it, 60 AD or 6 AD?
680 AD.
6 AD, which is in this book right here, Babylon Book 2. It's I think it's page 88 or page 83, something like that, right? So what you learn is that it was a curse. You can't run from your curse. No matter what you do, you try to go to this state, that city, this country, that continent, the Most High is still going to put punishment on you. It's because we were a sinful nation. So instead of us doing wrong, let's do some right. Let's fight for our crown. See what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people in the world try to fight for their vanity, crown, by being the best homosexual that they can be, being the best entertainer that they can be. That's not going to get you into the kingdom. It's going to withhold you from the real crown, which Yahawashi is going to give Black and Hispanic people. Now, so to speak, even Black women are going to have, not a crown, but I say, what is that, tiara? You know what I'm saying? They are going to have some glory themselves. But they won't be on that mountain with the men. But they will be in roots. They will be respected. They won't be getting beaten up at the 7-Eleven with the Chinese. Right. That won't happen. Right. Our women will not be getting raped by police officers. Right. And these police officers will not be walking away freely. There will be a judgment for every action that is, wrong concerning our people. So, with that being said, keep going. So, I just had to elaborate so everybody can understand that scripture. That's what you're fighting for. Every time you come into these classes, that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for your salvation and your righteousness. Right. And if you do not want that, you will see your own downfall. Everybody is responsible for their downfall or their uprising. If you want to be successful, you are responsible for your successfulness. Understand that our oppressor is the devil. Yes, I understand that. But whatever he throws at you, you want to dodge it and keep going. Don't let him be the reason why you can't come up in life. All right? Keep going.
So verse 25. The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered.
Okay, what does that mean? Go ahead.
Sound like it's like talking about like springtime, like new grass is growing, new herbs is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Like new life.
Yeah. So I'll say new life. Go ahead.
I'm getting more like the true colors coming through.
Close enough, but definitely what you said, like new life. Otherwise, if you hear the words hay and herbs and mountains are gathered, that's farming.
Right.
And a man's revenue, or am I saying that right? Revenue or money or income, economy, that would be farming. And the biblical word for that is husbandman. Go ahead.
So it's just like the land being plentiful.
Right. It's multiplying. Right. Go ahead.
So that's like the riches that verse 24 is talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So keep going. Verse 26.
Verse 26. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field.
What does that mean? Actually, more than anything, I'll just give you the answer. That's elaboration. See what I'm saying? What comes with the farming, what comes with the riches.
Right.
I'm saying that these are the same riches that which man had. No. Who was very famous for these type of riches?
Israel.
No, what man? Not what nation, but what man in specific. He has a name. And I believe he's either Issachar or Benjamite. I forget his nationality, but he's Israel. Who is famous in this Bible for having famous riches? Because of his economy, this field of land, he was very famous. I didn't want to say something else too, but I want to say it. So
Moses?
Nope. I'm not talking about Moses. Huh?
King Solomon?
Nope. Not talking about King Solomon. Job. Do you get around? The Most High blessed Job with tilling the land. To till the land meaning you are working the land. You know what I'm saying? Your crops, your soil is going to bring you revenue. It's going to bring you food and produce and a lot of money. And when the winter time comes, your family, your household is going to be fed. You're not going to starve. You're not going to have to go to another country, another city to eat because you're good in your own home. Because your land has good soil. You have good revenue once again. Now, with that being said, Job, go ahead.
Well, I was about to ask you about Job, but did that tie into saying the Son of Most High, you have your hinges around them, like protecting them?
Oh, the hedge.
The hedge.
The hedge. Yeah, because it was like a kind of like an argument, not a real argument, but like kind of like a battle between the Most High and Satan. The Most High was chastising Satan to actually go to Job and to see, what he can do to him. Like make Job try to betray me. Do what you can. Try your best, because Job, you know what I'm saying, he is a just man. He is righteous. You know what I'm saying? Can you try to break his faith for me? And the Most High was chastising Satan, saying because Satan was like, yeah, Lord, I just came from, to and fro from the earth, doing my work, doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get people to stop serving you. And what happened was he said, well, have you considered my servant Job? He's damn near checking him like, what else have you been doing? Have you tried Job before? He like, what, Job, the just right man, the perfect man? He like, Lord, I haven't tried him. He's like, well, you should. And he's like, do everything to him, just don't kill him. So he hit his economy. He hit his economy and he killed his children as well. And the reason why his children got killed is because his children were sinning. So it was righteous that his children died. And then a messenger that survived came to Job and told him everything that happened. Yeah, all your animals is dead. This happened and that happened, and your children are dead as well. And the only one that was alive was the wife. And the wife told Job to curse the Most High because of all these things happened. Now, when the Bible says that a woman is a weaker vessel, no woman should take offense to that. A woman can be very emotional. They can panic in situations. It's normal. It's very normal. It's not abnormal at all. That's just the state of woman sometimes. Now, this woman was trying to betray the Most High and get her husband to do the same. But in the midst of all that, she ended up being left behind. So she died. But Job, he remained faithful. And although it was hard and terrible, he survived, and the Most High blessed him double. See what I'm saying? And then later on, as you get into more of the later chapters of Job, because that's a long ass book. You know what I'm saying? Even his friends tried to get him to betray the Most High. And his friends got a judgment as well. Based on what they said, angered the Most High, and the Most High punished them. It's not what they did, but what they said to Job. You know what I'm saying? They gave him wicked counsel. They wasn't being a friend. They was being an enemy towards Job. And they got judged. So, keep on.
Come on, sir. Verse 27. And thou shalt have goats, milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance for thy maidens.
meaning you are not going to run out of anything. Everybody is going to have their share of the pie. Everybody's going to have a price. See what I'm saying? You are going to have everything that you need. Your children are not going to go hungry. You ain't going to go hungry. Everybody's going to be full of the riches. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be satisfied. No one's going to be in a condition of being greedy or hungry or glutton over money or anything. Everybody's going to be fed well. You know what I'm saying? The people that ask for more checks in the entertainment system, because they are greedy and they need more. But now then again, there are situations where, you know, the oppressor will try to play you out of you know, your money because of a certain role, things of that sort. But in this sense right here, when we are in the kingdom, you are going to be fed well. No one is going to think of, I need more, I want more. It's going to be like, I'm content, I'm survived. I'm content, I'm survived, I don't need nothing else. See what I'm saying? So if you could keep going. You say that? Okay, that's all right.
Chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursueth.
Say that one more time.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth.
Now, why do you think King Solomon said that next, in the next chapter? The wicked flee when no man pursueth. What does that mean? Anybody can break that down to me. All you guys are officers right now. I'm the trooper. Please explain this to me. Young 3 officers. Go ahead.
I think it means the wicked flee when a man pursue it, you know what I'm saying?
When no man pursueth.
When no man pursue it.
Right.
When you're hard, you know what I'm saying? Like when the troop, you know what I'm saying? General Hunter kept the troop down, you know what I'm saying? And they ran, you know what I'm saying? And the school got bigger, you know what I'm saying? They grew.
It could elaborate as far as
So when they flee, you know what I'm saying? When it get hard, don't run. When it get hard, stay down, you know what I'm saying? Right. And go to the end.
Okay.
Stay down.
I give him a hand for that. That's right. So meaning, you know, like they say in the world, when the tough gets tough, you see what I'm saying? Like you should still go through the fire. Right. A lot of people don't. When things get hard in people's lives, people see, you know, tend to run. Now I'll give you an example. Like last week, you remember that brother that's in the class? He left. He went back to his cigarettes. He said, hey yo, Kudash, I gotta use the bathroom. And when he said that, I laughed. You know, I kind of laughed a little bit. I don't think nobody heard me, but I just sat there. I'm just like, he's finna grab him cigarettes and he's finna go down to the elevator. And then when everybody was not paying attention, I was looking outside that door. He grabbed his cigarettes and he went down to the elevator. And did he come back? No, he did not. Because that spirit of his can't take the truth. See what I'm saying? A weed head doesn't want to hear that you can't smoke weed. No one wants to be chastised or have a sense of an intervention about weed. They want to be comfortable in their sin. You know what I'm saying? Right. A whore doesn't want to hear that she can't afford. She wants ride of many different kinds, of different nationalities. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't want a resume of that ride. She does not. You know what I'm saying? Are you white? You got a penis? Yeah. Come on, let's go. You see what I'm saying? You're transgender. You got a penis? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn. A homosexual doesn't care what the price is to pay. That homosexual is going to prostitute itself, and they don't give a damn what comes after. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many strippers and homosexuals get killed out here. I forget who this famous stripper is, but she's from Atlanta and she died a year or two ago. And Commander YAHANNA brought the story out. I believe her name was was it Diamond or something like that? It was Diamond, something like that. And everybody said that it's a missing woman, she's a missing woman, and stuff like that. But a lot of people didn't tell the story about how she's a famous stripper. So I guess she went out with a man. Long story short, she had got killed. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a rape. She had got killed, and the whole earth was going crazy over it. See what I'm saying? And you know that's life for a sinner. All right, so it could read that one more time.
Common concert, Proverbs chapter 28.
Mm-hmm.
The
And I
wicked,
would just sidebar a little bit, just kind of elaborate. So go ahead.
common con. The wicked flee when no man pursue it.
One more time.
The wicked flee when no man pursue it.
The wicked flee when no man pursues. What does the word pursue mean? What?
To chase or go after.
Say it again.
To chase or go after.
To chase or go after. So the wicked flee when no man pursue it. But give me another concept, the concept of what this means, for context. Go ahead.
I mean, you pretty much killed it when you said a wicked man don't want to hear his wrongs. That's what makes you flee.
Or a wicked woman don't want to hear it.
Right, because you know that you gotta change, and that's what's wrong with this. What's wrong with most people with the truth is when they hear it, they know they gotta change. Christianity allows you to be a disgusting person, just keep asking for forgiveness. When you come to this truth, you gotta fucking change. They not willing.
Right, because Christianity gives you a license to continue in your sin. You're talking about you're changing. I mean, maybe you're doing different wicked things. That's not changing. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you know, at first you wasn't, see what I'm saying, you wasn't doing drugs as far as, you know, weed or something like that, but you're doing pills, that's still a drug. You over there hitting a cigarette, that's a drug, of course. You see what I'm saying? There you go, of course. Pastor Wilson. Pastor Wilson, you know what I mean? In the name of God, he's violating the woman's vagina, Salaki. Pastor Wilson, you better keep your 8-year-old daughter away from Pastor Wilson. And many other reincarnations of Pastor Wilsons. Protect your child too. Your boy. You want to protect him as well. Because Pastor Wilson is going to get to him. Eddie Long, although Eddie Long is dead, the Most High killed him. There are reincarnations of Eddie Long and T.D. Jakes and your white Joel Osteen, right? And where is he at? In Texas? You know what I mean? Yeah, be careful. Be very careful. Because someone would be out to get them. Or you as a grown man or a grown woman. Be careful now. So the wicked flee when no man pursues. You understand that. Keep on.
Common, sir. But the righteous are bold as a lion.
Say it again.
But the righteous are bold as a lion.
What does that mean? So we understand the context of the wicked, but how about the righteous in this situation? Go ahead.
The righteous would be the brothers that join the U.P.K. and the sisters that join the U.P.K. not running and willing to change their life and, you know, be bold and stand. You ain't gonna see no lion running from shit. It's gonna stand there and hold it down.
God damn. That shit is terrible. It's like, my bad. God damn. It's like you said, it's two. That was you. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I guess it's somebody else. But anyway, it's like. So the righteous are bold as a lion, meaning nothing is going to remove that lion from anything. So, for example, you know, a righteous man will take a check. I mean, has anybody did a whole lot of push-ups before? Have you had your rank taken away from you before? No. I've been there, goddamn. It's a lot. It was terrible. It was 4 months. See what I'm saying? Understand, just follow your orders, I beg of you, and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't put yourself in situations that you cannot get out of. Because the Most High is watching everything. You know what I'm saying? But shit happens. You know what I mean? But at least you're not kicked out of the school. That's a whole nother ball game. Thank the Most High that you can take a check-in and you can handle these orders and you're good. You know what I'm saying? Just be a man and a woman about everything that you do. Don't be a child. No, it's not. It's too much. It's a lot. No, go ahead. It's too much. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just wanting to like piggyback off what you said because like You got to be bold in order to, you know what I'm saying, get checked and you realize when you was wrong and what you did was wrong and be a man about it, you know what I mean, and understand, okay, I did this and I did that, now I got to take these consequences and repercussions behind my actions. And that's being bold and being strong, righteous at the same time.
All right. Now, I'll be honest, you know, of course, I won't speak about anybody's situation. Like, we all been through it. Like, each man in here can think about the stupid shit that we all did, right? We can all think about how terrible, how embarrassing it may be. See what I'm saying? But the fact that each brother has experienced some crazy shit, we all still here. And that says a lot about your actions. And that situation did not run you away. See what I'm saying? That makes you bold. That makes you, courageous. That makes you strong. And that makes you say, like, hey, I'm staying strong and I'm going to strive to keep going for my crown.
Right.
I'm going to endure to the end. Now, Yahushua said himself, endure hardness as a good soldier. If you've been through some hard shit and you leave, that's not you. That scripture does not apply to you. See what I'm saying? You are a man that fell off. But if you are a man that fell off, you can always come back. There's scripture about that as well. All right? So keep going.
Common concept, verse 2, chapter 28, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 2. For the transgression of the land of many are the prince thereof. Princes thereof. But by a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged.
What does that mean? It's so crazy because there's like about 50 goddamn precepts as far as this one right here. It's just the way that the prophets worded. Go ahead.
I'm just taking a guess. It's saying like the land may go bad, or everything might not be going good, but your understanding and your knowledge will always prevail, always carry you on.
Okay, it's talking about two different people. So if you read it one more time, I'm gonna cut you off.
Common concept. For the transgression of land, many are the princes thereof.
Stop right there. So the sin, a transgression is what?
Sin.
Well, sin and transgression are similar, but they have two different definitions. And that's in John. Go ahead.
Breaking sin is transgression. Transgression of the law.
Yep.
That's breaking sin.
So the transgression is like the violation of the law.
Right.
And sin is the breaking of the law.
Right.
Although it might say two different things, it's very similar, right? But I'm just going based off the precept in John that speaks about transgression and sin in the same sentence. So transgression is sin in a sense, all right? So in this land of many, the princes are sinful people in this land. It's talking about a city, a place. It's not talking about the actual land as far as what you thinking like we're talking about the riches and shit like that.
Like the farm and shit like that.
The farm, no, it's not talking about that. It's actually the land. So let's say, what's the city in America besides Minnesota?
Chicago.
Chicago, there you go. See what I'm saying? That land of Chicago can be very wicked because of all the things that happen, the violence and things of that sort, or St. Louis. You know what I mean? Now, of course, we got righteous men in there. Now, that's the flip side, so keep going.
Common concept. But a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged.
Now, it says the word but. The but is a assumption. It's like a exception. Exception. But, see what I'm saying? These men underneath knowledge, their state will be prolonged. Because these men with knowledge, they will know what to do. They won't be sinful. They will find a way to use the Bible for their, for their situations and things of that sort. Go ahead.
I was going to piggyback off what you said. You were saying like the princes. We gave Chicago as an example. So
yeah,
for the but I'll do Chicago again, like Captain Mama Quad and the brothers under him would be the brothers with understanding and knowledge.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And they are giving hell to Chicago.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Machiavelli, remember we was outside, the Chicago cookout, and you know, Lamar Fiala was saying, he was saying how they was teaching class, and there was a murder scene across the street, and across the street it's a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And it was yellow tape and everything, and they heard shots and shit. They heard, you know, shots going on and people yelling and running and shit like that. And they still sitting there just teaching class. They said after class, they went outside, it was yellow tape. And police everywhere. And that's like, that's the Lord, because that bullet could have went into the school.
Right.
Did it? No, it did not. The righteous men, they fought hard and long to make sure that they keep their righteousness. And these men right here, they didn't get touched because the Most High is with them and with that building.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And they with us everywhere. But the moment that you decide to betray the Most High and decide to be a sinful bastard, that's when the Most High will punish you. And that's what Jeremiah broke down. When is it, last Thursday? No, actually it wasn't last Thursday. It was a week ago. So yeah, it was a week ago Thursday. It wasn't this one. It was a week ago. And the Most High, Jeremiah spoke about that. As far as how the Most High will punish you, you know, and it's true, you know certain things that you're not supposed to do. But if you do it, the Most High will have a punishment for you.
Right.
You may think the punishment, you may think of what it is, you may not know until it actually happens to you. Because it could cost you your life. Now, there are some punishments that the Most High will give you to the point where you think like, damn, I should be dead. I should die right now. Because this is horrible. I don't want to suffer this. I don't want to experience this at all. And the Most High can give you that much hell to the point where you want to die. It's that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's that damn serious. So just be careful what you do and how you do it. You can deceive, the men in your own city, but you can't deceive the Most High. You can't do it. Maybe I didn't catch the curveball that you threw at me. Maybe not. But the Most High caught everything because He has eyes everywhere. Whether that is the physical men in your city, or it's the other messengers, which is the angels. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all men and all women as well. So be careful, because the Most High will shine a light on your wickedness. All right? So keep going. Last verse.
Sir. Chapter 28, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 3. A poor man that oppresseth,
yeah, you're right.
oppresseth the poor is like a weeping rain, which leaveth no food.
Damn, what does that mean? Go ahead.
So it's like, I don't know, like the first part, I would think like the sweeping rain that leaves no food is just like over rain, like flooded hurricane style. Just
okay, I like that.
Yeah, more dangerous.
That's exactly what that is. So a poor man that oppresseth the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaveth no food. But now the sweeping of the rain of the food, that's giving you an example of what the condition is for the poor man oppressing the poor.
Right.
So what is the condition of the poor oppressing the poor? Give me another example. Go ahead.
Basically, like they both gonna be starving afterwards anyway, because you trying to be greedy and oppress the next person that's poor just like you. Now both of y'all gonna be hungry and struggling together.
Con, I like that. Go ahead. And I would call that the black community. That's why we kill each other. We shoot each other. If me and Kanagabar are poor and we need to feed our children, our family, it's going to come a thought in our minds where it's like, look, either it's you or it's me.
Right.
Because either I have more than you or you have more than me.
Right.
And we both can't survive, so somebody has to survive. So now we are doing what is called a sudden death. We are fighting for our survival. Somebody's going to have to die in order to live.
Right.
So which one is it going to be? And that's a black community. That's really what it is. See what I'm saying? It's sad. It's very terrible. I got to kill my own, or you got to kill your own in order to survive. That's terrible. Go ahead.
It's like when niggas be saying, oh, I have to do what I have to do. in order to put
Fuck
food
that
on,
shit.
and but you destroying the next man,
Yeah.
your neighbor's house, trying to put food on your table.
Yeah.
Basically, like you say, you destroying your whole community that way, and no one wins from this situation, basically.
Exactly. The whole thing is trying to come up in the drug world in your own city, in your own community, but your niggas is still down.
Right.
You love these other niggas, but these other niggas you don't fuck with.
Right.
You hate them. So who's winning, who's losing? You're all losing.
Right.
On top of that, you got some of your niggas that you think are loyal, they're working for the police.
Right.
They're working for the police, and they are really betraying you at the same time. And don't get me started on these damn politicians. These politicians and senators and congressmen, they are, the way that they get in power is not righteous at all. They're fucking all your wives. They're having sex with all the men. And they are losing their integrity and dignity just to get in power. You better believe it. But in the U.P.K, that doesn't happen at all. We teach you to keep what a man needs and what a man should have, which is his integrity and dignity. Right. And you teach a woman that she should keep her femininity intact. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that she should keep her legs closed and keep her mind to be obedient to the Most High and a man. That's right. That is in righteous rulership. Right. And that's what we teach. That's right. But meanwhile, you see what I'm saying? Your pastor is going to teach you how to sin. He's going to give you a license to be disgusting as you want to be and comfortable. Now, the truth, when you first come into the truth, it's uncomfortable. No one wants to be checked. No one wants to be told that they're wrong, because usually you don't hear that any other time. Right. You're glorified for your wickedness, right? You're always glorified. Like, hey, yo, hey, man, that nigga had to go, man. You had to pop that nigga. You had to do it. Hey, shorty right there, you had to beat her ass, you know, because she was going to rat on us. She was going to do this, she was going to do that. See what I'm saying? Your kid, you have to disown that nigga because he's soft and he's gay. See what I'm saying? Say it again. What? Bathroom? Yeah, slap. You go ahead. No, actually, 1 second. So, really, with that being said, just read it one more time on that. But you all get the point, right?
Okay.
Chapter 28, verse 3. A poor man that oppresses the poor is like a sweeping rain, which leaveth no food.
Right, so meaning there's no end. All right, the poor oppressing the poor. I mean, what the hell is that? What is that going to do? Right. Nigga, we both suffer. Right. That's like a homeless man saying to another homeless man, "The spirit change? Yeah, I ain't got no change. Nigga, you broke, but you asking me for change." But you asking me for change. Nigga, like our situation is not going to be no different at all. It's not going to change at all. You know what I'm saying? You trying to oppress me, nigga, we are in the same boat. Right. All right, go ahead.
It's like our voices now. Like, we hate each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mess, you know, looking at us different, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, we both start the game, man. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's equivalent, you know what I'm saying? That's what I say, you know what I'm saying? The rain, even no food, you know, is equivalent, you know? It's the same thing. We both together, we both start the game, man. Right.
Yeah.
Made up.
Yeah.
But he's lost one. I like him not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know.
And then, you know, go ahead, slide. And he's right about that. And the more the story is, the precept, I'm not precept, but what the scripture says, it says the word oppress. Better yet, the poor man trying to oppress the other poor man. In reality, they both oppress. Right. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, that's the class, man. All right. Shalom in Christ.
Christ.